Hello knitters, Barbara Benson here. I'm an independent knitwear designer who also likes to make videos here on my YouTube channel, Watch Barbara Knit. If you would like to know more about my knitwear design, please check in the description below. There you will find links to my Ravelry page where you can purchase patterns for yourself, and the Watch Barbara Knits Facebook group where we can continue the conversation we're having here. This is a 5-minute video on blocking. I've had a lot of requests for this. It really needs, I teach a 3-hour class on it, but I'm going to see what I can get done in 5 minutes. So here we go. First, you take your finished piece, and we're assuming this is a natural fiber that we can block with wet blocking. You need to run some container with just lukewarm water, fill it up with water, put in a little bit of wool wash, whatever you want to use. You submerge your piece in the water, and then you let it soak for about 20 minutes. After it is done soaking, you very gently remove it. You have to make sure it's completely supported. I like using a salad spinner for most of my projects because I can use the basket, pull it out, dump the water, put it back in, spin the water out, because you have to get the water out. One of the more typical ways it is done is you take your piece and you lay it out on a few layers of towels, roll it up gently in the towel, and then squish it to extract the water. Sometimes you have to go through multiple towels to get a lot of the water out. You want as much water out as possible, but you still want it damp. You then lay it out on the surface you're going to block it upon. It needs to be a surface into which you can insert pins. I use foam blocking boards, but other people use their beds. I've seen it done. It depends on how much space you have. And then if you don't really want to change the size of the piece, you just lay it out and pat it out flat until it is the shape and size you want it to be. You really want to check your schematic or measurements of your piece to see where it is supposed to be. You don't have to change the size of it. Just let it lay out, pull it a little bit, inspect it, see if there are any places that you need to play with and tug a little bit to get the stitches to line up. If you find any drop stitches or loose bits, use a locking stitch marker to pin those in place so that you don't actually lose any of your stitches. If you want to change the size of it, you're going to either need to use blocking wires or blocking pins. And I have a little bit of a close-up video on how to use wires and pins. This is a T-pin. Make sure it's rust-proof. And what we're going to do is we're going to stick it in, and it needs to be to the left of the wire so we have something to pull against. And you stick it in an angle like a tent peg so you can pull against it. And then what you do is you then pull this down and stretch it however long you want to stretch it. And so we're going to stretch it down, and we're going to put another pin in here again to the left of the wire. And so now we've set you could do this to measurements if you have measurements, and then we're going to take this and you would stretch this to your measurement. Put another pin there, grab this and pull it down this way. Make sure the distance from here to here is the same as the distance from here to here you're blocking to your measurements. Now these are my curvy wires, and so you see it curved, and so all you got to do is take another pin, place it in there, and make sure this side stays straight. But see, you've got this curve here and you have a curve down here, which I'm guessing we don't want. So if I had run a bunch of wires, I'd have 2 more wires, and all I do is pull the one wire up and the one wire down. But I wanted to show you what you had to do if you don't have wires. So what you have to do is pull it down so it's straight and pin it. Pull it down so it's straight, pin it, pull it down so it's straight, pin it, pull this up until it's parallel. Well, parallel on the same line. I don't think parallel was the word I was looking for. And it just takes more wires, more pins to do it without wires to get a straight line. So you can use wires or not use wires. And you can see, then you have to go back in and fiddle with it a bit to get it straight, because now this is curved up. So I got to pull it down, stick in another pin, and never be afraid to reset your pins. And so you've pinned it out, assuming this was wet, and then you just leave it until it dries. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it answered at least a few 5 minutes worth of your questions and gets you started on blocking. If you have any more questions, please let me know in the description below or pop over to the Watch Barbara Knits Facebook group and we can continue this conversation. And if you guys want a longer video on blocking, please let me know. If you like this video, please click that like button. And if you would like to be notified whenever I upload a new video, please subscribe to my channel and select notifications. And if you have any knitting friends you think might like this video, please use that share button and share it on social media. Thank you so much.